Hello! A workshop is a great environment to build an effective bow tie diagram. Many experts argue that bow tie diagrams should be built in a workshop as opposed to relying on one person to paint the complete picture of the risk. So, if you're thinking of running a workshop, stop. First, answer these 5 questions to ensure you're fully prepared. Before I dive in, make sure you subscribe to our channel for more videos. We've actually got a video out now on how to run a bow tie workshop, which would be an ideal video to watch once you've answered these 5 questions. Starting with question 1. What are your goals? Put your goal at the very heart of every decision you make and ensure everything you do will help you achieve this goal. For example, if your goal is to use the bow tie to actively manage risks, you should consider using metadata to enhance your barriers. Metadata can be used to describe details such as barrier effectiveness, owner, type, and more. A risk matrix is another great opportunity to add more detail by evaluating the likelihood and severity of each consequence. By the way, if you want more information on how to use the risk matrix, check out our video on the matter. I've put the link in the description below. Or perhaps your goal is to train your staff about the risks present at the job site. If so, you might want to consider keeping the diagram as simple as possible and only including the most important information. For example, adding degradation factors and controls might overcomplicate the picture in this scenario. Just before I move on to the next question, also think about the intended audience based on your goal. The level of the detail and complexity you use may vary depending on if the bow tie is being used for training, risk management, or as part of a submission to the regulator. It can depend on the level of experience of your audience. So, goal set? What's next? Question 2. How are you going to build your diagram? There are many ways to build a bow tie diagram. You might want to use the tried and true handwritten method, which can be great for brainstorming in a workshop environment. Grab a whiteboard, flip chart, or pass out paper for each table. But even if you want to draw up the first draft by hand, we recommend going digital once the diagram takes shape. A digital version is more formal and allows you to add details such as metadata with ease. A digital version is also much more practical for remote workshops. Our software, Bowtie Master, makes creating and sharing bow tie diagrams super easy. For extra detail, you can add and customize your own metadata, risk matrices, and more. Check out our videos on our page on how to use Bowtie Master and get in touch to book a demo. If you're not ready to commit to a software solution, check out our free templates to create your diagram on PowerPoint or Excel. I've put a link in the description below. Okay, so you know why you're doing it and how you're doing it. What's next, do you think? Question 3, who should be attending? You guessed it, it's the who of it all. First, consider the expertise level of those joining the workshop. What will they be able to contribute based on their experience? Bow tie workshops can be suitable for a wide range of professionals such as safety officers, engineers, project managers, and more. Just ensure that subject matter experts are present to discuss the risks they're most familiar with and those who actually have hands-on experience in the environment. When human factors are involved, a human factors specialist should be present too. Finally, also consider what your team's understanding and experience of bow tie diagrams is. For example, it could be worth sharing our How to Make a Bow Tie Diagram video or even our What is a Bow Tie Diagram video out to participants to ensure everyone is aware of what will be expected of them and establish some of the terminology used. So, we got our why, how, and who. I guess it only makes sense for us to ask, what? Question 4. What supporting materials do you need? For example, you may need supporting documents like hazards or key drawings. Consider sending out any materials to participants ahead of the workshop, as this can ensure everyone is up to speed before the workshop begins. Also consider if this bow tie is standalone or if multiple bow ties are needed. If so, ask yourself what other diagrams need to be created and can they be done in this workshop or should you arrange multiple workshops with varying participants? Okay, so now you have a good picture of your scenario ahead of your workshop, but here's the final question to ask. Question 5. Are you starting from scratch? Both starting from scratch or updating existing bow ties have their advantages. For example, starting from scratch can mean more creativity and brainstorming, thinking outside the box and not being confined to what those before you have done. But on the other hand, existing bow ties can be a great jumping off point and reference to build upon. This all said, good practice recommends that you begin with a clean slate and then showing a previously developed bow tie for comparison. This way, participants won't be boxed in their thinking and might spot potential threats or create barriers that had been previously missed. So there you have it, the 5 questions to ask yourself to prepare for a bow tie workshop. You're ready. Book the date in the diary and then watch our video how to run a bow tie workshop. Good luck!